down.
Well, we did when I'll fix it.
Fix it when we're done sitting.
I'll fix it when we're done.
All right, so we're here for another episode of Awkward Conversations in Real Estate with Alec. Is able to join us really quickly. He has a bunch of signings to do, so whatever real estate agent is taking his time from us, we are very angry with them. Just kidding.
There's no anger on a Friday.
No anger on a Friday, and we are in our Friday where we talked about it ahead of time. And Dana's here, and she's tell us a little bit about your company and what you do.
So I do home staging and interior design with Creative Touch Staging and Design. I started the business about 6 years ago, 5.5, 6 years ago. Been doing this for almost 7 years. So, but yeah, I love it. So, hey, come look at one of my jobs.
Okay, and this
Over here.
this house just is going on the market. So
Today?
it's being listed by Matt Weston, I think, with Amherst. Is it with Amherst?
Yes. So I'm with the builder. So it's Todd Blackbell with
Okay.
Boise River Builders.
Okay.
And then yes, it's Amherst Madison.
Yeah, and so it goes on today, and I don't have any idea what price it is, but we want to make sure that he gets the selling credit. But it is listed, so you can come see it if you want to. It's in April, so if you're viewing this video sometime in like 2026, it's probably not here anymore. Just
And neither is any of the furniture.
Yeah, the furniture.
Yes. No.
So do you sell the furniture with the house?
Can't. Everything's for sale.
That's true.
Everything has a price.
And this is a gorgeous house, and we're looking at different things. But what do you look for when you're staging a home?
What do I look for? I look for the particular style, and what I always consider myself to have the style of what I can call generic comfy. It has to be warm, has to be inviting, it can't look sterile. It can't look like you wouldn't want to live there.
Okay.
And that's how I design every one of my houses, whether it's 500 square feet or in this case almost 3,000 square feet. So
And that would be true because this house has white countertops, white walls. It would be very easy to put white couches and white and make it very
yes.
sterile.
And if you notice, like with the all of the hardware, everything matches to accentuate what is actually in the home.
Okay. So you have the gold placemats, the gold, and we'll walk around a little bit and show you different things that she's done. But why should someone stage their home? So this is a brand new construction. It's evident you want it to look its very best. But what if I have, a 30-year-old home that somebody's lived in for a really long time, and it's not this price point, it's a lower entry-level price point?
The lower entry, those are my favorite.
Okay, why?
Because I like to have people the shock and the awe of what my house could look like. And I'll always kind of blend any kind of staging. But you asked like why would you stage a home? Is because we're trying to appeal to the masses. We're not trying to appeal to you. And everyone always says, oh, I know I got to take down my personal photos. I've got to do this. I've got to declutter. I call that personality. I don't use that. I use that as a C word as well. It's clutter. We don't use that word. That's your personality. That's how you live. But
Right.
We've got to get that out of the way because somebody has to be able to picture themselves living there.
So take you out of the equation.
Yep. Take the personality equation. And my favorite thing is when they don't know I'm still there and I get their actual true first impression as they walk through the door, whether it be the real estate agent or the actual seller, owner of the house. And to me, that's why I do what I do.
And that could be awkward because if they hate
It can be awkward, but it hasn't been so far.
Knock on some kind of wood. There's no wood around here.
When I would think of staging a home, is all these things yours that you bring in, everything that's on the counter, everything that's everywhere, or is that part of the build job as well? Like, did you bring the salt shaker rack?
Everything is either mine, either I own it or I rent it. In my particular case, I have a partnership with a local company that they rent furniture, but they cater to I think 4 or 5 stagers, and we have our own website, our own warehouse, and our own furniture to pull from.
Okay.
So between the two, it's just something that I felt was more cost effective in building my business.
Mm-hmm. Something you just don't think about.
No.
Right.
Most of it I own. And everyone's like, wait, so you rent the big furniture? I said, yes, but I still have 1,500 square feet of decor, all on racks. And I always say I have a pillow problem. Some people have alcoholism. I have a pillow problem.
Okay. Well, she looked at me when she said alcohol.
No,
Some people.
some people.
Well, and it's neat to look at your attention to detail as well. Before we started, you looked over at a plant that had something that you wanted to turn towards the wall, or the faucet was just off a little bit. So let's fix that, because a lot of people may not notice that when they walk in, but there's people that do, right? But your attention to detail is magnificent.
Thank you. I think, well, photographers love me for that. But that's kind of what I do when you say like an occupied home.
Mm-hmm.
I like to give people lessons on how to decorate their home going forward into their next home. And that's pretty much where my design clients come from. It's I've staged their home and they're moving to their next home. But I always tell people, don't push your couch up against a wall, pull it away. I have all these quirky little sayings that I give people, and they take it with them as like a lesson learned. It's kind of like a value added for, especially for a real estate agent. You bring in somebody in that gives them something of value, and it's like it kind of earns everybody's keep for both, real estate and for staging. But pull the couch away a little bit, pretend there's curtains that hang behind, so that it actually makes things feel like they're breathing. You'll notice the chairs are not pushed right up against the table, and let everything relax and breathe. So it's like, that's why I say comfy, warm, inviting. Everything is just kind of a little bit relaxed.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So do you think houses sell for more if they're staged, or sell quickly, more quickly? Do you know any of that kind of? I know we talked about it the first time I talked to you on the phone, but
I mean, there's statistics and there's numbers, and the answer to that is yes. What I always tell people is like, why do I do all this? I said, the closer you can get it to move in ready, the faster it's going to sell.
Yeah.
If somebody goes in there and goes, oh, you got pink and purple walls that I'm going to have to spend a week painting, I'm going to have to add that to my, costs for moving. And then with staging, that's where like the comfy comes in. This house is gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. It is gorgeous,
but it's not warm and inviting. It doesn't look like a home. It looks like a house. It's without stuff in it.
Yeah.
To make it. And then, after being in so many houses, I can tell you right now, you said awkward conversations. 90% of the people in this world, one, they put their furniture all the way up against the walls. And I always joke with everybody, are we going to have a wrestling match or a boxing match in the middle of your living room? 90% of the human population can't look in a room and know where to put furniture.
Yeah.
That's why they put it against the walls and just leave it.
Yeah. More legroom that way.
So what's one of the best feel good stories that you walked in and you were like, this is going to be so hard, and then it ended up being? Do you have any of those kind of stories?
I do, and it's a house not far from here. It was on the market for 6 months. It was staged. It was staged a little bit differently than I would have done it, but that's why you hire different people to do things. And it was sitting. They got rid of the real estate agent. They brought in a new real estate agent. He brought in me. We staged it. I answered a bunch of questions. I got them to, because it's like every house in Idaho has a fire pit.
Oh, yeah, we don't, but yes, there are a lot of them.
So every house you see on the market, there's a fire pit.
It's very common. Yes. Oh crap! It's reconnected. Okay, we'll just keep going. I don't know what's going on.
So we're like, what sets you apart? Because it was in new construction, and it was bring your own builder. And it was why, and we were at a higher price point even than the house next door. And
I'm just making sure.
I'm like, we need to up our game. So I bought a fire pit, and we put just a fire pit, or a fire table actually out on the back patio. And I just upped the game on the staging a little bit,
Uh-huh.
made it a little bit more elegant than it was, and we sold it in the first 2 weeks.
That's awesome. It is just changing how somebody feels. I had a house once that we staged it, but the house had teal carpet. And I was like, can we tear that out? Because there's hardwoods underneath. Like it was an old house. They were like, no. And it sat and
Mhm.
sat and sat because the teal carpet was all the things.
Did you ever come to the open houses and show people around at all, or just sit against the wall and wait to hear people talk about how wonderful of a job that you do with the furniture? Or are you out of the?
It's on my to-do list, but especially like right now, it's spring rush, so that's not going to happen at the moment. But yeah, I would love to just. I've been to like maybe one or two, but briefly, not sat for like a whole 2-3 hour.
Period. It's still recording, so we're okay.
Okay, that's good.
I know. This one's going to be super awkward.
That's okay.
Sorry. We're showing off a fancy house, and we're like totally idiots, but that's okay.
Whatever.
We're the idiots, not the
Showing
house.
off the product, right?
Yeah.
People can always mute or turn the volume off with these things and just look at everything.
So what's your favorite? Let's maybe take the camera and show them what your favorite thing is in the house. Is there a favorite place you staged in this house or a favorite thing you did?
In this particular one, I'd say that was the most complicated one, was getting the right furniture for the right space.
The table.
You go check it out.
I'm just going to show it on my camera. You can just talk. You don't have to be on camera.
That's
I mean, you're
good.
kind of on camera now.
Probably that way anyway.
I think
So getting this table.
that, and then as I did my initial walkthrough on this particular house, I'm like, there's a wet bar, there's a wet bar, there's a wine closet.
Okay, so we'll show there's a wet bar in the master bedroom.
Do you mind it alone?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, so we did the wet bar here, and then there's another wet bar over here.
I think that
there's a wine
I
closet.
think what's fun with that was just kind of making this like the focal point, which is the wine closet.
And then there's a pantry that's beautiful. So this is awesome. And there's no other wet bars. Is there one outside?
No. But he wanted this to be so the builder wanted this to show as like a fun and kind of comfortable house that you really can just come and enjoy yourself.
It does feel that way.
Yeah.
The kitchen is gorgeous with all my recording equipment there.
Yeah, right.
Okay. And then we'll just walk through. This is a hallway.
And I don't normally stage the guest rooms if I don't feel it's needed.
Yeah, usually people know what to do there. I'm just showing the gorgeous bathroom. This is beautiful. I want to live here. Oh,
it goes through. Sorry.
It goes through.
Well, and you get lost in this house. I know we did a few times.
Yeah. Oh, there's another hallway.
There is another hallway.
And this gorgeous door. Okay, so
then that's the mudroom area.
And just from the garage. That's cool.
Core and everything.
Yes.
And if I don't like what I have, I go and buy it.
And then, a laundry room.
Laundry room, which is off the closet, the primary closet.
Primary bedroom closet.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when they do that. And a big closet. Under the counter lighting when I walked in. That's cool. And a shower. My son would tell me that shower was for a purpose other than washing, but we won't talk about that right now. Because that would make things really awkward.
Even more than
Even more awkward.
Even more than it already is. And then this is the office, which is truly an office. Oh no, it has a bathroom and
no, it can be an office, it can be a guest room. The
wow,
other things I've heard of is like a weight room so you have your own private bath off the side, and then it is a definite full on ensuite because behind this door is the walk-in closet.
Oh,
Is a walk-in closet.
okay. I'm showing the shower. Oh, very cool. Very nice. Awesome. This is a
So
cool.
lots of little hidden gems. But I mean, a lot of thought, goes into the details in these homes. So
And it's fun to see all of the office details.
yeah.
Yeah. I always see stagers put the desk in the middle like this. Is that concept you were talking about of not putting things by the wall?
That's more of a staging concept because I mean, if you have a monitor here and your cords are going to be, trip hazards or whatever, it's more of a staging thing. It's, and maybe you want to look out the window instead of looking down the hall, but
as for staging, it looks beautiful.
Well, if you were looking out the window, you would have just seen this kid fall on his bike. Is he okay out there? See that? Like really?
No.
There's a kid that fell off.
All right, let's go.
He's okay. He's back on the bike.
I'm so glad you did this with us today, Dana. And I learned a lot. Is there any other things that you wish people understood about staging?
Well, you either believe in it or you don't. I'm finding that out with some agents.
Right.
I've been talking with other agents and they're like wondering how to level up. And so what I always do is partner with them. And I love thinking outside the box.
So what would that look like outside the box?
So outside the box is what we've got to do some sort of staging. I only have X amount of dollars. I'm like, well, that's not even gonna get you here.
Right.
So let's do X, Y, and Z and make it look really pretty.
Yeah.
With just certain things. And or I'll go in and like with design or with staging and tell people, okay, buy this, get this, do this, give people a checklist and let them do it on their own. And then my Facebook business page has before and after videos of what I call my graduates.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
On what they can do with just an hour of instruction.
And you'll have to give me your Facebook page.
I've actually found a doctor and a dentist for somebody if they needed it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about, the value added. It's whatever it takes, make the people feel warm and comfy and want to work with you.
And your relationship. It's a relationship.
It's a relationship. It's definitely a relationship.
What's the price range? Since I think people think staging is super expensive. So I know we don't want to give away your prices, but what if I was to tell a client, I think we should stage, what range of prices should I say that it might cost?
A normal standard 2,000 square foot house, maybe a 3.2, 4.2. If you want just the standard package is under 2,000.
Okay.
And this house was under 3,000.
Oh, wow. So people think it's expensive, but it really is not that.
I don't think so. Not for what you're going to get. I mean, let's talk about pet peeves.
Okay.
People are so ready to drop their price $10,000-$20,000 if it's sitting on the market. Call me, bring me in. Let's talk about doing something for $2,000 instead of you dropping 10.
Right, because you can just make it look modern.
Yeah, and I have done that a couple of times. Is come in, do something. It's less than $1,000, and you don't have to drop your price $10,000.
It's funny when I'm showing houses, I find people focus on the furniture and they don't focus on whether it's livable, because they walk in and if they love how it's decorated, they fall in love with the house.
Yes.
And I'm looking around going, why are we in this house? This isn't even anything like you liked, but.
I didn't know it could look like that. I didn't know it could fit like that. I'm dealing with that right now. I didn't know my house could look like that.
Yeah. It's funny after I get people and I get them to use the C word and declutter or take their personality out of it and clean. And I mean, not that they're living like a pig, but just
stuff.
Get their
stuff.
I'm like, we could live here. Like, yeah, there's more space than
I've had one where she was almost 100% certain to list, and when she saw her house would look a certain way, and the agent's looking at me like, no, let's do this for your next house. How about this? You sell this one, and I'll come in as the next one.
It's like, no, I don't want that.
Yeah, but we could totally live here. The reason why you're moving,
Yeah.
Right.
Remember, go back to that time.
Yeah,
Go back to the stress that made you want to get out of this house.
yeah, exactly.
Let's move this furniture up against the wall so you don't live here.
Right. Pretty much, yes.
Well, you did an amazing job on this one. It's
Oh,
gorgeous. We are so glad you came and visited with us about staging. So share your Facebook page so someone can do, well, wherever they go, if they wanted tips and before and afters.
So, it's not Creative Touch Staging. So, it is, so facebook.com / and then it's homestagingboise.com.
Okay. Well, I'll find it.
Or facebook.com homestagingboise.
I'll link it in the, and do you have an Instagram?
No.
You're not on the gram. Okay.
The group.
What else? The gram.
I think it looks wonderful. And obviously you can't tell how great it looks just by walking around like camera.
No, in person. You got to see it in person. It really, you get the feel, you know.
And who is the builder again?
Todd Blackwell with Boise River Builders.
Okay. And he did an amazing job.
Yes.
And have you staged a lot of his homes?
Yes.
And they're good quality. Amazing.
I am biased, but I would say it's probably the best quality I've seen.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you said he pays attention to the small things. When you've said, why don't we add this? He adds it to the next one.
Yes. Or that one.
You were talking about something, a hook or
Oh, so it was a laundry, just something to, hang dry.
oh, okay.
It's just something inexpensive. It was missing. So, the house was ready to go. I had staged it. And he came in to take a look at what I had done. And I'm like, you know what? This is just missing. So he got on the internet, ordered it, and the contractor came in, the GM came in and installed it the next day because it was Amazon purchase. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. I mean, they just, the attention to detail here is just amazing.
That's great. And the gorgeous bars and I'm just looking at that wine cabinet. I don't have an alcohol problem, but
I'm looking at those pictures and wondering if they're real.
no, they're not real. Like I'm crazy.
No.
No, that was a lot of fun. I am not a wine drinker, so I just went, oh, pretty label.
Perfect.
Yep.
Lots of room in there.
Lots of room.
Yeah,
Yeah, they've been so pretty.
definitely lots of room because that's a case of wine in there already.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Get on Amazon again.
Pretty much.
You're buying wine on Amazon?
It's a value.
You can, but
I guess you can get in there.
you can get almost anything on Amazon. You have to prove you're 21. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. All right. You too. Thanks. Have a great weekend. Hopefully, it's again redirecting. I have no idea what's
Okay.
going on.
We'll see how this one turns out.
It might be, we might have to do it again
Okay.
another day.